Hey, beautiful people. This is Ramon and Monica Jones, sponsored by
Much to say.
The Naked Perspective. You can't handle the perspective.
But if you think you can, let's get started.
Hey, good afternoon, beautiful people.
Hi.
This is Ramon, and this is
Monica.
Yes, and we're excited. We are here live in the studio, KKVV 1060 AM. And what a day this has been so far.
It's been a day.
Yeah, it's been
a good day.
It's been a good day.
Well, we could complain, but we choose not to.
Yeah, well, why don't we complain?
Because what does that benefit? What does it yield?
I guess it doesn't yield nothing.
But bad feelings.
But bad feelings and harbors bad thoughts. Well, listen, I hope that everyone has had a great day when you're watching this. Don't know what day this is going to be on, but we had a pretty good day at church.
I'm hoping they're listening to it now.
Oh, yeah, I hope that you're listening to it now.
We did.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the Naked Perspective. Share, tell somebody, text your
Live.
friend, your family. Yeah, this
And
is
in
live.
color.
Yeah, listen, also if you have some questions, man, get on our Facebook and you can go ahead and shoot those questions over. We'll check those out.
Yes.
Now, first of all, it's been like a couple of weeks since we've been live.
It's been 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
It's been 4 weeks since I've been here.
4 weeks.
So 3 weeks.
Wait, where you been?
Okay, well, the 3 weeks we've been sharing our testimony.
Yes.
Hopefully you all were able to tune in and listen to that. That is something that, is pretty exclusive. We don't disperse that regularly. So we cut up our testimony into 3 parts, and we shared that over the last 3 weeks. And then the week prior to that, I was gone on a women's retreat, and where you came on by yourself.
Yeah.
Speaking your mind.
I was speaking my mind. I had to get it off.
Speaking your mind.
Well, I don't know. It was Ramon Thoughts. How was the women's retreat?
Oh my goodness, it was wonderful.
And do you encourage women to go on retreats?
Yes, I encourage the Only God Can Do It women's retreat. Yes,
Okay.
It was wonderful.
Okay.
Overseer Renee Winston put it on, and it was wonderful. Yes, I'm going to be going out and doing more things. It's good. It's good for you.
Now, women seem to, or not just women, but men as well, seem to be in this phase of self-care. Do you believe in that? I mean, you're
you know what?
Yeah. Okay.
I can't even believe you said that. I was thinking about that on the way here. We were talking about some other things, but what I was going to share with you was it's going to be the need for me to make sure that I'm doing self-care, just even in my graduate program that I'm in and in the field that I'm going to be going into.
Congratulations.
And so what they were sharing is that we're going to have outlets for self-care, getting out, doing things, taking time away from those things that are stressful to do some care for myself.
Okay.
So I can be who I need to be for other people.
But how do you, if you're a busy woman, you're a pastor's wife that
Yes.
married to me. Okay. You are a dean of students at a college.
A college, yes.
You work on Much to Say,
yes,
co-founder,
business owner,
yes, of Much to
CEO.
Say. You're in your master's program,
master's graduate program for
yeah.
licensed mental health counseling. So that is very strenuous.
And you're a mother,
and I'm still a mother,
and you're a daughter, and a sister.
Yes.
How do you get self-care in when you do so much?
You got to just take time to do it. So what I've been having to do is not find time for self-care. I've been having to just make the time and then schedule other things around that.
I love that.
Because if I'm looking for the time isn't there.
I love that. Well, let me ask you this. Can your self-care include me? Can it?
Yeah.
It can?
Yeah.
No, seriously. Can
Yeah, it
self-care
can.
include someone?
Yes, it can. It can include the ones that don't bring you stress. Absolutely.
Man, how you doing, Ken? Bless you, Pastor. We got people that are tuning in from Facebook. We're live on Facebook as well as live in the studio. And so self-care, this was just a random thought that just came, but you said self-care can include somebody else in there.
Absolutely.
As long as
yes,
I guess
absolutely.
maybe
Absolutely.
It wouldn't be good for me to be a part of your self-care if I'm interrupting the care of self.
Yes, if you're interrupting me enjoying myself and relaxing and doing the things that make me feel stress free. So let's say I want to go on a vacation. Let's vision this.
Yeah,
I want to go on vacation. I want to go to
Okay.
New York just because I want to go shopping.
See, this is real. This ain't fake. This
Yeah,
ain't. This
like
is.
I want to
you
go
actually wanna
shopping.
yes.
Yeah, I want to go shopping. I want to go see shows, and I want to do it. I want to sleep in, and then whenever I get up, I want to go do it. Right.
Yeah.
So let's say I bring you because I love you and I want to spend time with you, and you bring me joy. But let's say when we get there, you get up at the crack of dawn. Just waiting for me to get up. Like you won't let me sleep in. And then when I say let's go to the store, because that's the whole reason why I came here, like you don't want to go to the store, right?
Got it,
Like
got it.
that's
I got it.
that's when I
Okay.
don't want to bring you.
So
right?
self.
And it's not personal.
No, it's not personal. I understand now that part of your self care. If I'm invited on that trip of self care,
You got to be doing what I'm doing.
I got to be doing what you're doing and respecting
and
what
and
you're
be
doing.
happy about doing what I'm
and
doing.
know the intentionality of the moment. Why are we doing what we're
Yes.
doing? If not, then that whole vacation or that whole spa treatment or whatever that may be, that walk in the park.
You
could've
were a
been-
hindrance.
My goodness gracious.
Right, yeah, it's okay.
I just
And
don't
that's
like it when
okay.
we say I'm
but
a
you know,
hindrance.
but
That
that's
just
okay.
makes me feel-
but that's okay.
I don't want to be a hindrance.
That's okay.
All you out there that have been a
Sometimes-
hindrance, cut it out.
Sometimes
cut it out.
it's not intentional, just like I can be a hindrance to you.
Yeah.
And it's not intentional. You're not trying to hinder someone. You're not
Yeah.
trying to, but people are individuals and people have to do what they need to do to be able to let loose. And you got to make sure you're around people or have the opportunity to do it. It doesn't matter who it is.
I
Yeah,
love it.
we
All
have the
right.
best
All
intentions.
right. So, I mean, that was just a random, beautiful thought. But I guess the encouragement would be to those that are out there. And we would love to hear from you. What do you do for self care? What are some of the tips that you would give or share or things that
When
you
you're
think?
a busy person and you really don't have the time.
Yeah, because
Right.
that's important because there are some people, no, you've been doing way too much self-care. You wake up and sleep on the couch all day. You eat cereal and then you watch whatever you want to watch all day. No, that's too much self-care. You've been doing that for the last couple of years. You need to get up. It's time for you to go back to work. Come on, bless the Lord. It's for you to go out there and trim the edges around your house. You got to do something. I'm not talking about those that take advantage of I'm not talking about they're not even retired. They just refusing to work and they're refusing to get involved. I'm talking about those that are busy. They may be a stay-at-home mom, whatever the case may be. Share some of those things in regards to that. Listen.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So that was the retreat.
That was a retreat.
Self-care.
Self-care. All right. And
Well, I was kind of working during that too.
You were
I had-
kinda
I had
working.
other people with me.
you're a
Yeah.
busy lady, but listen, I'm glad you're back. So you're back. I was able to express myself, but then the last couple of weeks, I expressed myself. The last couple of weeks, we shared our story.
Our story.
Here
Yes.
in KKVV.
Yes.
Pretty much the full extent of it in
Yes.
regards to that. And
Yes.
and where do we go from there?
Well, what do you mean where we go from there?
Well, what did you think about it?
Well, I thought
Because that's been a while since we've
it's been a
actually
while.
sat
When-
and listened to it ourselves.
When we recorded that testimony, we recorded the testimony, and it started from when we were little people up until God restored our marriage. And so we recorded that probably about 6 years ago.
Yeah.
6 or 7 years ago, we recorded that testimony. And just being able to listen to it in this season, it brought a whole lot of emotions. Like it just amazed me. Sometimes you got to remember what God has done.
Okay.
Like you got to remember what God has done. But what also I was able to reflect on, and we don't have time to really talk about it here, but was a lot of the different things that I realized being in a more mature place. That even in the genuineness in our sharing and the genuineness and the correct of the story, understanding that in this season of healing, just my perspective on some of the things that we went through, I was able to reflect on that.
I say the same thing. When I heard it as well, I was able to see our growth. I was able to hear, a lot of our story, the immaturity that went into a relationship. And I don't know, how sometimes you don't see how dangerous being immature going into something very serious, like a marriage, having kids, bringing finances together. That's a lot for people, especially if they're immature.
Yeah, like can you really be in love at the age of 16? Like we got kids, and both our children are older than the age of 16. If Malachi at the age of 17 came and told you he was in love, what would you think? What would you say?
I tell him, boy, go sit down somewhere. You go sit down somewhere before I I don't know. That's probably what I would say. Sit down. You don't know what
But
love
why
is.
would you say that?
Because I would feel like he don't know what love is.
But that's part of our story.
Well, the truth of the matter is, I think that the decisions, and sometimes we mix things. We say it's
Someone
love.
said marriage is for grown folk.
We
Absolutely.
say marriage. We say we love, but sometimes we're infatuated. We love, but in the teenage years, your hormones and all that stuff is kicking in, right? So how can you effectively articulate how you really feel when you have limited experience? And I think that as the growth comes in someone's life, you're able to use that word not just loosely, but understand that it's more than just a word, and it's more than just a feeling. It's a choice. It's a choice. It comes with commitment. It comes with sacrifice. It comes with you may not even do, but I'm going to do. And so you realize that word is fully loaded, but all you've learned is how to cast it out and how to say it. And just to say it because you feel a certain way, or you just got a kiss, and so I love you.
Yeah.
That's the appropriate response. Instead of I didn't get a kiss, but still love you.
Do you feel like someone at the age of 16 has the tools to love?
Well, I think that all of us are built for it. Because we're created in the image of God. So I believe we're all built for it. How someone can interpret it, or the maturity level, I don't feel like everybody's at the same level. So I can't say yeah for everybody and no for everybody.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be based off that individual. There are some women that mature faster than men. There are some men that mature faster than women. I think that it's the truth anyhow. Y'all seen them. Y'all see some of these people that are of certain ages still acting like little kids. Come on, don't act like you don't see it. Hey, man, you see them on Facebook, Twitter, all of those things, and you saying, child, what's wrong with that person, all right? What's wrong with them? They know their great-grandmother. Come on.
Great-grandmother.
A great-grandma, not even a grandmother, your great-grandma. So I think it's to each his own, okay?
Yeah.
But when we saw and when we heard the CD, we saw maturity, we saw growth. I saw healing.
Yes.
I saw healing in us.
Yes.
Even the way we describe the marriage, or describe where we've been, how it used to be almost like a hurt, a letdown, maybe like a disgust. It was more of a healing to those areas of pain and wounds.
Yes.
So seasons, you said something about seasons.
Yes.
So that was a season for us.
Yes.
Right? So seasons can change.
Yes. Seasons change.
And as far as in acting like that was the season is now, it can shift even in a relationship is what I saw.
Absolutely. Yeah. When I think about where we ended that, we were in a journey. So you're talking about 6 years ago, right? We were at a certain place in our journey. And even though God had brought us back together, and God was doing some wonderful things, just to know from where we were then to today is like a miracle in itself. Right. And that's the point of what I'm saying, is that just seeing the growth from then, and I can just imagine 20 years listening to that, the growth that we'll have at that time when we hear it. And so what I love about it is that we made that CD, I don't want to say almost like at a place of finality, like, okay, we had gone through all this stuff. God brought us back together. He restored us, the end. And now we're going to have like this ministry, right? But from that time to even now, he's still been doing a work.
Yeah.
Like absolutely. An awesome work.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can people still get that CD?
They can get it.
How they get it?
www.much2say.com. They can download it, or they can order it and have a physical CD copy.
Come on, for those that listen, stop getting stuff for free. Support what's going on here. This is healthy. Listen, if this is encouraging you, somebody who said something on Facebook, check to see what they said. I can't see that far right now. But listen, if you are being blessed and inspired, please share for those that are on our live, Facebook, all those wonderful things, but also KKVV. We thank God for this platform because it allows us to share to individuals that may not have the same upbringing.
That's right.
Because sometimes people feel like certain cultures only go through certain things. But you realize as you're talking to people, no matter what their church background is that life be happening to everybody. No matter if you're an African American, you're black, you're white, Hispanic, Asian, no matter what, life happens to everybody.
Life,
church
trauma,
or
hard
unchurched.
times, it doesn't matter.
Is that the truth?
That's the truth.
And so
you don't escape.
And
you
so they can all use some healthy conversations
Absolutely.
like this. Is this part of self-care as well? Like conversations like this? Could this fit into that?
Actually, I just learned today that yes, healthy podcasts, where you are learning about different things that you don't have knowledge of to make you a better person, yes, that is intellectual self-care.
So I'm on it right now. I'm on it.
On.
Listen, I'm setting you up. You with your master's degree. I love it. And what kind of counseling again?
Clinical mental health counseling.
Listen. This is serious. Listen, again, for you, this is an opportunity to highlight our story of what we went through, the naked perspective. Now, in regard, you want to say something?
Yeah, and what I was going to say, just to kind of segue into what we're going to be talking about, which is the retreat that's coming up. When I listened to our story, and not only did it bring to me like good emotion, like I'm just grateful to God for what God chose to allow us to participate in. So many people have left and walked away from each other for a lot less from what we've been through.
Yeah.
And no matter all of the ingredients of what we've gone through, we're still together. We decided to stay committed.
Yeah.
And so that was part of what was just so mesmerizing, that throughout all of that, we've remained committed. And many people feel like, once someone does something that would break a vow, right, like the commitment no longer stands. But I mean, I'm committed to work. I'm committed to my children. I don't always go to work. I don't always do the right things with my children. Sometimes things happen, but I'm still committed to being a mother.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
And so that's kind of like what I saw through, is still the commitment to be a wife, and still wanting to honor the commitment and the vows that we made when we stood, no matter what we've gone through, hail, sleet, or snow, that we're still yet committed. And that was what was encouraging to me. And therefore, we have the retreat coming up. Right?
Yeah.
Where it's going to talk about I still do.
Yeah. Well, the question is, do you still do? All right.
Do I still do?
Do you still do with me?
I still do.
All right. You gonna ask me?
Do you still?
You gonna ask me?
Do you still do?
Do I still do what?
Do you still, what they say, to have and to hold, richer or poor, sickness and health,
Absolutely.
better or worse, till death do us part?
As in the words of one of my aunts, that when we were on the cruise, on my aunt's side, she would say, absolutely. Now, this is something you said I think is very important. Mm-hmm. There are people that just have the Cinderella story. Yeah. You went from the bedroom of your parents' house into the castle, and you have no idea what we're talking about. Listen, God bless you.
I don't know any of those people. I'm sorry. This may not be the platform.
There are some people in denial, and so God bless you. We love you. Pray for us. That's what we need you to do. I just don't know any of those people. We need you to keep praying for us. But for those that have been through some stuff, they got some wounds and some scars, huh? Mm-hmm. But I'm still healed. I'm healed. Circumstances, huh? But I'm still healed. Mm-hmm. You got to understand that God is able to do some amazing things. But there is work that needs to take place. And I think that's what we like to encourage people, is that there is actual work. It doesn't just abracadabra. There is work. There is intentional conversations. There is counseling. There is self-care. There is being open. There is being honest.
That's right.
It is a journey. It's this restoration is a beautiful thing, but it takes us putting our hands in and saying what you said. I still do. So I still do. Hence, the marriage conference coming up January 26th
through the 28th.
January 26th. Mark your calendars. Get that on the books. You might want to get here a couple of days early and check out Las Vegas.
We have people that have already bought their plane tickets. They've already registered. They've already booked their hotel. You don't want to miss this opportunity.
It's going to be exciting.
It's going to be exciting. We're going to laugh. We're going to cry. We're going to renew our vows. We are going to do anything you could think of that is healthy at this marriage retreat. We're going to get it all done in 2.5 days. And so we're asking that people go ahead and register. We have a comedian coming. I don't know if you all know who Tim Shropshire. Yeah.
You may not know. Look him up.
Look him up on Facebook. If you don't know who he is,
just trust us.
He's funny.
He's funny. He's hilarious. We got good food.
We have good food. We have speakers coming from all over the country that are going to come.
Okay, now you brought some speakers in.
Yes.
Like let's give Rashawn and Sarah Jones. Why is Rashawn and Sarah Jones invited? Just a snippet.
Why are they invited? They are a powerful couple. They have gone through a lot, and they're still saying I do. They've had tragedy in their household, and sometimes when tragedy comes, we don't have what it takes to make it through the tragedy. They say a lot of couples divorce when tragedy comes because they don't have the tools to navigate through the tragedy.
Wow.
So all they do is, to try to alleviate themselves and the pressure and being at each other's throats is that they separate. But Sarah and Pastor Roshan Jones have made it through the fire and have lived to tell the story. And their story is so powerful. It's so anointed.
Yeah.
I believe it's going to set a lot of people free. Not even people who have gone through that, but just what their story signifies.
Yeah, I agree.
It's going to be a blessing to people.
I agree. So if you have suffered loss in a marriage and you've been kind of struggling, you need to share
Any
this
type of tragedy.
Or you know someone that their marriage is now starting to feel it because of that, share this with
Yes.
them. Okay, now you also have Shawnee and Jimmy Fisher that are coming. Why them?
Yes.
And they're out of California.
Yes, sister Shawnee and brother Fisher, Mr. Fisher, Jimmy Fisher will be coming from California. They are going to be talking about empty nesters.
Okay, so this is
still
for folks.
saying I do. Still
Got it,
saying
got
I
it.
do.
Married
when
but no
your
kid.
parents. Oh, how many people do we know when their kids got grown and they left the house that they decided they were done too?
Wow. People don't do that no more, do they?
Or they just go and live their separate lives because they don't know what to do because they no longer have children.
Wow.
They spent their whole lives catering and adhering to their children's needs, and now the children are gone and they don't have anything left between them.
Wow. Well, listen, that's a plug for somebody. You may not even, you can't wait to the retreat. You need to you need to start
And if
focusing
that
now.
doesn't apply to
back on
you
your-
now, anybody that has kids, one day it will apply to you. And
Bro,
we want to
our
make sure you
kids-
have the tools. Yes.
Our kids are in college.
I don't want
and
us to be
seniors.
sitting next to each other looking at each other like we stupid because
Twiddling
we don't know what to
thumbs.
do.
No, we at least got to go walk to McDonald's or something. Do something. Take Blitz out. We
Yeah.
can play hopscotch. Anything. Anything.
Yes.
Spades. Oh, we can't say
Yes.
spades. That's okay. If you're a Christian, somebody may frown upon saying spades. But anyways, okay. So we have them. We have Ron and Angie Vazzaro.
Yes,
Okay,
that should be coming.
Why
We
are they
have-
coming?
Well, they're going to be coming to share about hardships of life, talking about, listen, sometimes you may have a lot financially, sometimes you may have a little, but weathering the storm, still saying I do for richer or for poorer.
Wow. Well, okay. So that's a real
Listen,
thing because
these are people that have gone through the
Yeah.
test, and like not people, listen, that people have overcome. All of these people have been married well over 20 years.
So there's going to be like way over 100 years of
100
experience
years
sitting in
of
a room.
experience.
Now, this is one thing I wanted to say because that is, you just hit some of the top charting things that causes people to separate.
Yeah.
And one of those is finances, right? The struggle because, it's easy when you have this goal in this mind or somebody's doing well when you first get married, and then maybe I just read on the way here that a company shut down. I'm thinking about all those people that had jobs, high paying jobs, gone. One day there, next day gone. But what if that was your spouse that was in that company or a company that was doing well and now no money? Are we just in love because of what you can give me?
Listen, and I don't have the statistical fact, but I've heard that it's not when you have lost money that people have separated. Sometimes people separate more when they get money.
Wait, hold up.
Okay, because when you're poor,
Got
you
it.
have nothing left to do but
That's-
to bond.
that's
Listen,
good, that's
but it's
good.
when you come into money,
I got it. That's
learning
funny.
how to still honor the marriage.
That's funny that you said that. I was talking to someone. They literally said we were good until he got money.
Come on,
And
listen,
and
we
he
tackling
don't wanna-
all things
Now
at
he
this
don't want to
retreat.
share. He don't want to share. He don't
or
want to
the
have no
pride,
conversation.
the
Wow.
pride,
Okay.
the love of money comes to destroy. You know.
Okay.
So
So we named a few. Is there anybody else that's coming?
we have Miss Patricia Ashley.
Why-
and
why is she
listen,
coming?
That's a whole show all in
It is.
itself.
It is.
Listen,
It is.
She has blessed our marriage. Before we went through what we went through, while we were going through, post what we were going through, she has an awesome testimony. She is a seasoned mother in Zion, and she had a very hard time with her husband. God saved her marriage, and then they married, had kids, just had a wonderful marriage, and then he died. So she's going to be coming talking about till death do us part.
Okay. Listen,
We got other people coming. We can't even do it today.
We can't even give it all justice. But
what I need people to do.
What do you need them to do?
We'll have to come back next week.
Call to
and give all
action.
the
Here
other
goes
stuff.
call to action.
Call to action. Listen, you need to register. We only have an allotted amount of couples that can come. People have already registered. You can listen. Just register. www.much2say.com. At least register so that we know that you're coming. We can always get more hotel rooms. We can do all of that, but we need you to register. You don't want to miss this.
Listen, you got to go to Much to Say. You got to get on the website. Also, stay tuned with us on this radio show. There's so much content that is coming. We're going to be bringing some of the speakers on. The excitement is in the air.
Yes.
All roads are leading here to Las Vegas. Listen, we may even bring people on the radio when they get it. We got to go. We only got a couple of seconds. We love you. Keep your family.
Yes.
Stay strong. Keep the faith.
Yes.
Listen, from Monica to you, from me to you, we love you.
Yes.
This is the Naked Perspective.
Janelle, yes, you are registered. Yes,
Can you
sir.
handle the perspective? We'll see you next Sunday.
Yes.
God bless. Take care.
Well, were you able to handle the perspective? Thank you for listening to another segment of the Naked Perspective.
If you would like to see or hear more of us, or if you would like to get in touch with us, please visit our website at www.much2say.com.